These are our new neighbors. It's two fishermen, and they were actually on our mooring when we came in. On the mooring that we decided that we actually like best, so I very politely asked them if they would mind if I take the mooring and they just tie a rope to Karl, because I think they're gonna take off tonight. And they just killed some little fish or something in their boat, and now they're asleep. What a life, eh? And then tonight they're gonna go out again and fish somewhere. Okay, looks like there's a couple more fishermen showing up. They just rafted up 3 boats and tied to the mooring where our friend's boat Bella is tied up to. They're having a little raft party, it seems. They're all happy. I tried to whistle and get our attention once or twice, but we tried to hide. We made it to Isla Plata, and we only needed 30 hours for the 60 miles to get there. Well, we definitely sailed way more than 60 miles because we had the wind right on the nose, so we had to tack. And as you know, Karl is not really a big tacking wonder, so it was a bit frustrating for the first 24 hours, and we weren't making any ground really. And when we're sailing through the night here in Ecuador, there's a lot of fishermen, and they have a lot of nets out during the night, and they're mostly unlit. So you can guess what happened. We were sailing through the night, and then all of a sudden we were caught in a massive fishing net. And it's not the one that the small fishing launches put out, but it's the one that the big trawlers put out. So there's a massive net, and you could see the phosphorescence like along the net going like. So you could see that it was huge. It was like, I don't know, a mile long net or something. So we tried to poke at it with the boat hook, but I was just around the rudder luckily, but it was too deep down, like I couldn't push it off with the boat hook, so I had to go into the water. There's turtles swimming by, it's so cool. They're just cruising around the boat. Well, anyway, so I tied a rope around my belly because the current was just insane. We took in the sails to reduce our speed, obviously, and it was really difficult because we couldn't move the boat. Like, we didn't have any possibility to maneuver because obviously we couldn't put on the engine because we didn't want the net in the prop, and so we had to take down the main, like basically running downwind, which was not so easy. And once we had all the sails down, we were still doing quite a good speed, even with the net holding us, but the current was so strong, so we're still doing like probably a knot or something. So it was pitch dark night and current and then crazy net, and you know that there's a net, so you know that there's probably fish in the net, so sharks are probably not far away. But, there was no other way to get it off than to jump in. So I jumped in, and what was really cool is that you could actually see the net pretty well under the water because of the phosphorescence that it was producing. So I just dove down and I took it off the rudder, and we were free, which was great. And then we kept on sailing. We didn't know how this net was going and where it was stretching to. And there was the fishing boat that was probably supposed to look after the net, so we were like really close to them, and we were yelling to them and saying like, hey, where's the net, which way can we go? And they just totally ignored us, and 2 minutes later we're back in the net. So we were stuck in the same net, probably most likely the same net that we just freed ourselves from. But the problem was that this time it wasn't just around the rudder, it was also around the prop. So it's always a bit scary when you go in at night and you cut around the net, because once you have it free, you really want to make sure obviously that you're not stuck with anything in the net, like with your feet or arms or whatnot. So, and the boat was bouncing, right? It was really choppy. It wasn't big swell, but it was really choppy. So the boat was like bouncing like this, and you want to make sure you don't get hit by the boat or the propeller or eaten by sharks. But yeah, same thing. It was good to be able to see because of the phosphorescence, which was really great. I know it was crazy. Like once I cut off the net, Karl was like going forward just with the current, like 2 knots. I really had to hold on to the rope, like whoa, because we were going so fast. But yeah, that was kind of like not so cool because we both hadn't really slept much, and you know, when stuff like that happens, then at night it's a little annoying. So the next morning we decided to push a little bit with the engine to make some ground down south, because I really didn't want to sail through another night so close to the shore, because you know, running over fishing nets is not so much fun. But now we're here, and it's a really beautiful island, and there's, like, as I said, there's turtles just swimming around the boat, and island looks really cool too. There's tons of birds, and I think we're gonna go for a little snorkel with the animals and then probably go and explore the island a little bit.
Son tortugas verdes y golfinas, pero más tortuga verde dentro del área. Un líquido, por ejemplo, si ve que está brotando un líquido,
Like the sap, okay.
Cicatrizante natural.
Oh, okay, it's for curing.
Si tú tienes una herida, te pones, esto te hace.
Another medicinal plant, and this one is to cure wounds. Like you put it on if you have a scratch or something, or an open wound, and then it'll help you.
Si ves, tiene una fragancia muy.
¿A qué huele?
Es muy relajante.
Okay.
Vamos. Las dos que están allá son parejas.
This road. Karl and the Boobie.
No me acerques, cuídate.
I think that these little boobies are just super cute and adorable when they do their little dances. But I think I got a little bit close to them and the guide was not happy. Sorry for that, little boobies. little bit of thieves. So when the fishing is really bad, and the boobies, because the boobies can dive 3 to 4 meters into the water, which the frigatebirds can't. And then what the frigatebirds do is that they attack the boobies in mid-flight, and they bite them into their tails, so they let go of their prey, and then they just take over. We just loved swimming with all the turtles, and we had an amazing private tour of this really pretty island. But now it's time to dive down and scrape that bit of Karl's bottom that we couldn't get to when he was sitting on his little twin keels. And get ready for setting sails to our next destination. But more about that next week.